In Hidden, we look at the impact that hidden disabilities have on two young men's lives.
Once he's running, he's fine. It's this bit really, all the preparation stuff, putting the spikes in, putting a number on, when to warm up, when to put your spikes on. It's just timings really.
I was diagnosed when I was 3 years old, but I didn't talk until then. ABA, it was a massive difference in my lifetime. In general, some people are aware of it, and then some of them are not. But in the past, not many people really understood the condition that well. But as we moved forward, I think the understanding has got better. Autism basically affects you differently when it comes to, like, the outside world. So with my condition, I don't let that affect me too much. You should never consider the condition as a superpower, but the superpower comes from your ability, what you're capable of. When I was doing my English exams, the tutors who would come to my house after school, I think they understood me better than the school did when I was younger. I think having a tutor sitting next to me, going through all those difficult periods, I think it was a massive boost to my confidence. But the school I went to, I think close to where Clapham is, it's a real shame that they never really got the best out of me when it comes to, like, terms with communication and understanding. Well, when it got to, like, the GCSE year, I never really cared about GCSEs much. I was just fully focused on just art. That was it. That was my main goal. Because that should show it's just one focus, so you don't have to worry about other GCSEs. So if I got involved in other GCSEs, then things would have been really difficult for me. It would be impossible for me to understand what they're trying to ask me. What is the question? If you answer those questions, then it's going to be really difficult to splash out those answers, what I'm looking for. But it didn't quite work out for me, but I wasn't aware of it at that point. So art was the main priority, and that was it, before I ended up with a B star. And then the following year, the tutors who I had after school, they've asked me, it's like, you need to do this maths and English. You need to do this now, because if you don't do it, then how are you going to succeed for art and for lifetime? Running is not just a sport that I love, but running is a way that helps me release the stress off my shoulders, and it's something that keeps me relaxed.
Oh God, I've done it for years now. But he didn't speak much when I first met him at the at St Mary's running track. But he's you can't shut him up now, so it's a real turnaround.
Hi, my name's Ethan. I have NF, short for neurofibromatosis. Basically, that affects my reading and writing. I can barely read and write at all. Well, every day is a struggle for me because I can't read, so I have to depend on my phone for everything. So I have to use a lot of the accessibility features, and it gets very hard after a while because it just starts to feel so tedious relying on technology, and I can't rely on my own self. And for many years I had confidence issues because of this, because I felt like I'm nothing without my phone to be able to read or write for me. I can't really be independent that much when it comes to travel. If I don't have my phone, I need to rely on someone to help me get about, because I struggle to read the stations. And if something changes, like there's a delay in the trains, I don't know, because it can say it on the screen, but because I can't read, I struggle. I can't write messages normally, so if there's no Wi-Fi in the area, I have to try my best to text in code, maybe using emojis and stuff like that, and hopefully my friends guess what I try to say. School life was very difficult for me. Throughout most of my years, I got bullied for not being able to read. Teachers were horrible to me because they didn't believe I had a disability, because they went, well, you clearly look normal, you can read. So I had to deal with a lot of inner hatred in myself, because no one believed I had anything wrong with me. And it wasn't teachers doubting me, it was students making fun at me that I had a TA reading and writing for me. They called me disabled, they called me retarded, and Do I feel like it's widely understood? No, not really. People just see things like my disability as being lazy or not willing to learn, when it's not the case. I have an actual medical condition. It affects my brain. Throughout the years, I've learnt to deal with what I am. Yes, I do have a disability, and that doesn't define me anymore. I realise I'm not the kid in the back of the class that can't read. I'm Ethan. I'm the person that loves games, loves media. I'm more than my disability, and I've realised, so what if I can't read or write? I have things that can help me. I have friends that can support me.